Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're ranking every movie in the DC Extended Universe.
Don't you worry, I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
My soul. That is what you have taken from me.
You know, psychologically speaking, vengeance rarely brings the catharsis we hope for. Yeah. Are we ready?
For this list, we're looking at all the films in DC's shared live-action universe and ordering them from worst to best. Oh, and we will be including both versions of the Justice League movie, as they are distinct enough to warrant separate positions. What's your favorite on this list? Tell us in the comments. Number 11, Justice League. Yeah, we're just gonna get the initial release of this movie out of the way first. A mishmash of footage shot by Zack Snyder and reshoots done by Joss Whedon, 2017's Justice League desperately lacks a concrete identity, which is at least what every other entry on this list can claim to have.
Strong man as strong as alone. You ever heard that?
That's not a saying. That's the opposite of what the saying is.
Relatively inoffensive, there's very little meat on its bones, making for a completely blasé and forgettable experience, which is almost worse. It also didn't help that it preceded solo movies for characters like Aquaman and The Flash, making the League's eventual team-up feel hugely underwhelming.
It's really cool, you guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but full transparency, I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
Plus, it looks even worse in retrospect compared to the other version we'll obviously be getting to soon.
You haven't lost your touch, but it's good to see you playing well with others. Just like a bat. I dig it.
Maybe temporary.
Number 10, Suicide Squad.
Huh? What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. Jeez. That's not what they really said.
By all accounts, 2016 Suicide Squad should have been a good movie. It had a comedic edge, the casting was on point, and it introduced a fresh batch of DC characters, both classic and modern. And yet, the finished product was sloppy to say the least.
Blah, 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 blah. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt. Oh, my God.
They say that editing can't make a bad movie good, but it can make a good movie bad. And while we're not sure Suicide Squad was ever good, the choppy job done in post-production definitely didn't do it any favors.
Just trying to play games with you, man. It's not real.
He's right. It's not real.
While it has a manic energy befitting its tone and characters, the movie can't seem to rein any of it in, turning into colorful gobbledygook. Number 9, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. One thing that can be said about Zack Snyder is that he never makes an unambitious movie. That said, sometimes his moonshots don't exactly land, as is mostly the case with Batman vs. Superman.
Why did you say that name?
Influenced by Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns series, but with a completely different premise, Dawn of Justice gave us a fairly muddled presentation of its titular matchup, far too many subplots, and very little of Batman actually versus Superman. Though there were truly awesome moments like the cinematic debut of Wonder Woman and the Trinity, they were few and far between amid scenes of, well, whatever the Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor was doing.
And I am... No, what am I? What was I saying? No.
Number 8, Wonder Woman 1984. We all pretty much knew that following up the first Wonder Woman movie would be a tall order, but we think we'd be forgiven for wishing that the sequel came at least a little bit close.
I just wish and I pray that one day I'll be able to make you proud enough that you'll be able to forgive me.
While the casting department made a couple of inspired choices by landing Kristen Wiig and Pedro Pascal to play the villains, the Wish-centric plot didn't really translate to live-action sensibilities, and certainly raised more questions than it answered. The cast is reliably top-notch. selling us on the various emotional arcs that propel the narrative. But the problems of Wonder Woman 1984 stem from a structural level, even if we probably got the best version of what was written down.
This world was a beautiful place, just as it was. And you cannot have it all. You can only have the truth.
Number 7, Man of Steel.
You might want to step back a little bit. Maybe a little bit more.
The one that started it all, Man of Steel has seen something of a reevaluation over the years. Upon release, many detractors found it to be a rather joyless interpretation of the classic character, severely lacking in color. However, others were drawn to its complex themes, which challenged the tenets of Superman in ways no other cinematic version had done before.
When the world finds out what you can do, it's going to change everything. Our beliefs, our notions of what it means to be human.
It is very loud come the climax, with special effects more than worthy of its featured Kryptonian's might. Some say that comes at the expense of logic and grounded storytelling. But honestly, if we wanted a grounded finale for our superhero, would we really have given him the ability to fly? Food for thought. Number 6, Aquaman. Looking at all the heroes in the classic Justice League lineup, few would have guessed that an Aquaman movie would have made for one of the better solo outings. And while it is not perfect, it represents Warner Brothers' first full-blown attempt at bringing comic-accurate vitality to their comic book adaptation. While this version of Arthur Curry is a far cry from his more traditional look and feel, Jason Momoa injects him with a kind of brash, idiosyncratic panache the movie needs to really zing.
Permission to come aboard.
Another outside-the-box choice, director James Wan, who is more widely known for his horror background, absolutely slays it by bringing Atlantis and the Seven Seas to breathtaking life.
Welcome home.
Number 5, Zack Snyder's Justice League. While there are some different opinions as to whether the Snyder Cut is canon within the DCEU, it's hard to deny that it works better than the version released in theaters.
Make your own past. It's all right now.
Granted, the film clocks in at over 4 hours, putting it in a whole other weight class than any other comic book movie. But that length is exactly the kind of epic filmmaking Zack Snyder was born to do. Yes, there's probably an hour plus worth of fat you could trim if you wanted to give it a more sensible runtime, but what makes this experiment in film recreation so fascinating is how differently it operates, giving us a saga on par with its godlike characters.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
Number 4, Birds of Prey, and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Can I help you?
Why, yes, you can. I'm here to report a terrible crime.
And what terrible crime is that?
This one.
Whatever you want to call it, Birds of Prey gave us the Harley Quinn movie that the first Suicide Squad failed to do. It's vibrant, effervescent, and seriously funny, as Margot Robbie absolutely nails every end of the acting spectrum.
And for the first time in a long time, I'm all on my lonesome. It's great.
On top of that, she's joined by a superbly well-rounded cast that makes up the rest of the Birds of Prey, with each of them adding a distinct layer to their dynamic.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, great name.
Oh. I really like how you were able to kick so high in those tight pants.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, thanks.
The narrative does jump around a lot and can be tough to follow on initial viewing, but the tone matches Harley Quinn's personality so well, it's hardly distracting. The R rating probably limited its fan base, but this is one we'll be consistently coming back to. Number 3, The Suicide Squad.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
Well, we consider that term degrading. The official term is Task Force X. Love them or hate them, these are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Conceptually, there was never anything wrong with the idea of a Suicide Squad movie, so it was incredibly satisfying to see the full realization unfold before our eyes.
I'm a superhero!
Working as a standalone sequel, The Suicide Squad is actually pretty simple in that it merely presents us with a slew of likable characters as they embark on another colorful adventure. But that's not to say there isn't terrific work being done both in front of and behind the camera.
Nothing like a bloodbath to start the day.
They call you Peacemaker.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
I thought you were the crazy one.
I am.
James Gunn's penchant for writing well-rounded and funny superheroes continues here, only this time we get to watch them operate in a gleefully R-rated field, a format much better suited for the franchise. In short, this is the Suicide Squad movie we always wanted.
It's just suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
Number 2, Shazam. As funny as Birds of Prey is, it might just be outdone by Shazam, which seems to have our guts busting with almost every scene.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
Yeah, his name is, Captain Sparkle Fingers.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not my name.
The interplay between a childish Zachary Levi and actual child Jack Dylan Grazer is priceless, as the movie celebrates the whimsical glee one would feel upon getting actual superpowers. That's not to say that Shazam doesn't have an emotional side, though, as the struggles of the featured foster family and their subsequent bonding give it a tremendous amount of heart, too.
If a superhero can't save his family, he's not much of a hero.
That was a decent catchphrase.
In this day and age, it can be hard to freshly recontextualize the superhero genre because it seems like every superhero movie is doing just that. But Shazam does so with aplomb, putting fun in its fundamentals.
Dude, did you see that?
Yeah, you electrocuted a bus and almost killed these people.
And then I caught it!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Wonder Woman. The first good film in the DCEU is still the gold standard by which modern superhero movies ought to be measured. A period piece taking place during World War I, Wonder Woman gets the most out of its resonant themes, touching on the nature of war and the virtue of courage. At the center of it all is a Gal Gadot performance as the title heroine that will go down as the most iconic interpretation of the character for years to come.
There's so much. So much you do not understand.
I understand enough. That I'm willing to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. Like you once did.
So often does the film depict inspiring acts of heroism that the wait to see the classic superhero get her own movie was well worth it. And if the only criticism is an overly CGI-laden finale, we say DC's doing pretty dang good.
It's not about deserve. It's about what you believe. And I believe in love.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.